They can ask, but I can still post it.
You can't post it.
Yeah, I can.
You can actually post it, but you're going to be in violation.
Of what? What law? Thanks, brother. Hey, let me give you a sticker. This is with my website on it. If you ever want to go check it out, thefreedomline.com. I got a book that I wrote there. Call it Lessons Learned the Hard Way. You know what I mean?
All right.
Appreciate your time, brother. Hey, how you doing, sir? You want to be next?
No, I'm going to ask you to leave the property.
What's your name?
I'm Bill. I'm with the Chief of Volunteer and Community Relations here.
Okay.
This is federal property on right now. You
Right.
need permission in order to do this.
Okay, it's federal property.
Yes.
So it belongs to the government.
It belongs to the government. It belongs to the people of the United States. So you cannot do any sort of commercial entity unless you have permission by the United States government. It has to be written
Okay, so
in advance.
So the basic First Amendment principle of journalism doesn't apply in this particular zone?
It applies, but there's certain permissions, certain policies and restrictions you have to apply.
Okay, because we're definitely making sure that, you know, when we're talking to people, like we're not...
You want to turn that off?
We're not... hold on, sir. We're not... we're now this is a journalism issue. We're making sure... Sir, Will?
Yeah, we can, bro.
Thank you, brother. How you doing? Adam.
Adam, Stanhope.
Stanhope, nice to meet you. Any last words you want to say to anybody who's any fellow veterans?
God bless y'all, and tell the veterans of the Marines and all other veterans in the Army, Navy, Air Force, ship ahoy.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
How you guys doing?
Hey, good. Yourself? What's your name?
Mo.
What's that?
Mo.
Mo, nice to meet
How you
you.
doing?
You want to be next?
Nah, what's going on?
What's the badge, brother?
What's this all about?
Oh, I do a YouTube channel talking about freedom and veterans issues. Are you a vet?
Yeah.
You want to talk? You don't want to talk about it?
No, I just want to ask what you guys are doing. I'm just curious.
Are you work here?
I do.
Right on.
So you guys are interviewing patients, or what are you guys looking to interview?
Whoever is willing to talk to us.
Okay.
We're happy to interview you too. If you want to talk about your service or what
you
it's
guys
like
got
to
a
work in the
business card
VA?
of some sort or something, or
I got a sticker. You want a sticker?
is that your information? Or?
It's got my website on it.
Oh, okay.
You look me up.
Cool.
You like
Is your
freedom?
website
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
All right. How long you guys plan on being here?
No idea. I mean, as long as people are happy to talk to us.
Okay.
You know?
So you guys are taking volunteers?
Oh yeah, I mean we're not forcing anybody to talk to us.
Okay.
You know, it's just,
All right.
hey, do you want to? You know, we're being very respectful. We understand
I
that,
got it.
like, it's a federal facility, so technically it's public property in a sense. First Amendment applies here, but there's a medical consideration because it's a medical facility, and there's
Absolutely.
privacy and HIPAA issues and that kind of
Right.
thing. So, you know, we're making very sure that we're not recording people who don't want to be recorded,
Okay.
and that when we are recording people, you know, we're not getting people in the background or anything
Yeah,
like
that's what I was
that.
gonna say. This
Yeah,
is where
right.
they come in. So if you
Well,
guys
so I had,
wanna
that's
shift
why,
it
that's
maybe
why,
that
that's
way.
why we got it like against.
You might want
Yeah.
to just shift it that way.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, that's what we're like, let's get you against the column, or let's get you sitting down or something like
That's
that.
cool.
So we're doing our best to, you know, make sure that we're not, and, you know, I edit stuff out. Yeah, Marine Corps.
Appreciate your service.
Well,
Mine.
you? Yeah? What'd you do?
Navy. I was Navy guy.
Navy. Right on.
Okay. That's cool.
So we're cool here? Yeah?
I would probably just stage them over there only because
only concern.
we don't know.
Just the
because of
visual
the
part.
background.
Yeah, sure.
Just
Okay.
you got these patients coming
Yeah,
through here,
yeah.
and I don't want anybody getting.
Yeah, no, and I respect that. If I mean, I don't want to get
You
in
wouldn't
trouble
want
with
that,
that.
exactly.
Like, so I'll blur people. If we screw up in the video post-production, we can always cut it out or blur people out.
I appreciate
But
that.
they
All right,
also
cool.
are tight. Not.
Well, you wanna be
not
next?
the people. No. I gotta go to work.
You were a
But
vet?
no, I was just
Lieutenant?
yes. But I was just saying that in regard to we were just trying to educate people that it's not illegal.
Right.
So
Well, the first guy who came out here, Will.
yeah.
Will was not as friendly as you guys.
No problem.
All right, thank you. I wonder if they're telling people not to talk to us. Usually the area clears out because the cop walks up.
Be in town now for much longer, but we'd like you to make a kind of set up an appointment / time and you know, if you are establishing yourself as a journalist, then we absolutely will figure out a time for you to come in, interview folks.
So I'm a citizen journalist. I always have been.
Okay.
Oh, for
we've
over a decade.
We've gotten a couple of calls, some concerned patients and staff. So we kind of have to view this as a little bit disruptive. Again, if you want to talk to folks outside, we can
We're just
certainly
working
allow
our
you.
way outside then.
Okay, then let's walk. I gotta, again, the director and the folks in DC, the network. They're just concerned about disrupting patient services and also privacy violations. So
Of course.
I got to do my job, just
Right.
like you're doing.
So it's
your
outside
job.
of the building is the new rule.
Again, if you are a journalist, if you want to email me or call me,
I am absolutely a
and
journalist.
let's figure out a time where you can come in and do the story or stories that you want to do, then we'll figure something
Yeah, that's
out.
not really how I work, because I like to just catch
know.
people spontaneously and naturally, you know, when people
I
are just in
understand.
their comfortable, natural environment, rather than like staging something or making it forced.
But again, we've got to. Our number one priority is the privacy and the environment here in our medical center. This is a patient care center.
Okay, so just to be clear,
and
you looked me up, you talked to some
Yeah.
higher ups, and the rules for me for today have changed.
They have not changed.
Well, the
These
rules
are
were
the
that we
rules.
could talk to people walking out.
You know what?
So
If
we'll go out.
that person,
If that's the change.
If that person came in and she wanted to use her iPhone and interview folks about the VA, about their military service,
Mm-hmm.
etc., we would approach and speak on the same.
Right,
the
right. Make
same
sure that
things.
we know what the
Right.
lines are for privacy
Right.
and
But when
HIPAA
we-
and all that, and
when
we're
we
all
begin
for it.
to
Yeah.
get concerning calls from staff or from patients. Our
Right.
number one priority is patient care.
Okay.
And the privacy of our patients and making sure that staff and patients and their families
Okay.
feel comfortable coming
So
here for care.
right now, I feel a little bit uncomfortable by the rules changing and by
Well,
being told what to
haven't
do. And
changed.
well, no, they just did from when we
Every-
talked upstairs.
Okay.
And I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable with this. I'm a VA patient, and I'm doing something that I have a right to do. And you're saying that
But
right
it's-
isn't going to be respected. So right now, like, I might want to make a call and complain about this
Okay.
situation, because this is, if that's how you operate, that like, hey, if there's a call, we're going to respond to whoever's calling. Well, then I'm going to call and complain that I'm a veteran who's a VA patient,
But you-
and I'm being made uncomfortable by VA staff
But
doing
you
something that I have a right to
that,
do.
And you have that.
Right,
okay?
which is I have a right to do as long as I'm not violating anybody's privacy. We haven't,
But
or interfered with
you-
anything of the functionality of this building.
But
We
you-
have done nothing at all like that.
But you approaching our staff, you
No,
approaching our
no.
patients,
He approached me.
It's a concern.
The staff approached me. The only time I've approached staff is you in your office and people outside on their smoke break. Not at all any staff even walking around the building. So if anything, right now you're interfering with me as a patient. I'm a VA
But
patient.
you're not here for patient care, okay?
Okay.
So, again,
All right. I'm here to talk to other. Well, in a sense, I am.
My number
because
one priority.
I'm
Lisa's
here
number one priority,
to make sure.
Mo's priority.
Sure.
Our patients. Adam, I'm going to be honest with you. That
Well, and
has
Brian
to
here
be.
Brian here is actually a patient at this
At this
facility
VA.
as well.
But
So-
honestly, it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. I don't. If you're an Ann Arbor, patient, if you're a Cleveland patient.
Right. It doesn't matter. We
you're
should all be
all-
welcome here, right?
You are all welcome here. Absolutely.
Great.
But
And our rights are respected here, right?
I have to do what the folks in DC are telling us to do, and our police are telling us to do. I've got to protect.
Well,
our
we've been in
patients.
compliance with Mo, so we've been,
Okay,
and
but
Mo's been walking
you're
with
in,
us.
You're in our atrium approaching staff and patients, and
That's
Mo
not true.
asked you-
That's absolutely not true. It was
Okay.
it was the staff member that you just spoke to here who approached me because he recognized me.
Okay. Again, I'd like to know if I'm being recorded. Am I being recorded?
We have the right to record or not.
Okay, you're
So-
invading my privacy, though.
Well,
You
no,
did
you're
not
no,
tell
you're
me-
you're a government employee in a public
You
space.
did not tell me that you're recording me. Okay.
We don't have to if you're a government
So,
employee in a public
can you
space.
ask-
That's how the First Amendment works.
If Mo is free, again, guys, I've got to do it for my patients. I've got to do it for our staff.
Do what?
We've got to protect their privacy.
Right. Well, that's what
And
we're doing. We are absolutely
we've-
protecting privacy. We are
Okay,
not.
You're not protecting my privacy because
Well, you
you're
don't have a
recording
right.
me.
You don't have a right to privacy when
do.
you're a government
I
employee.
do.
No,
I
this
do.
has been adjudicated
I
by
do.
the Supreme Court. You're a public official in a public building, and you're approaching a veteran who's a VA patient, and you're interfering with my rights.
But you're interfering with my right to privacy.
You don't have a right to privacy.
I do.
No,
I
that's
do.
if
In this
if I went
building,
into the bathroom and recorded you, that would be a violation of your. You approached me. You approached me in a public space.
Federal property.
Right, but you approached me in a public part of this building as a government employee, and to think that you have a right to not be held accountable. You are now interfering with a veteran doing something that he has a right to do as a patient in a VA, and you're saying that I don't have a right to record you and hold you accountable for violating my rights. Do you not see the issue with that?
What you're doing is not part of your health care as a VA, as a veteran.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Are you my primary care provider?
I'm not.
Are you a PTSD counselor?
No, but I'm
So no, you can't say that.
on the
Now you're
staff.
presuming. Now you're trying to violate my privacy
I'm gonna
in
ask
terms
you
of
guys
talking
not
about
to
my
record
medical
me
stuff.
because it violates my right to privacy.
Well, then we're going to ask you to
in my
not
workplace.
approach us in a public place. If you're in your office and we come to your office and you ask us not to record in your office, we won't record in your office. But when you come to me, you're now approaching me. And in fact, when you did approach us, we're just standing here. We were actually a staff member came and spoke to us. And now you're more staff people coming and talking to us. So you're the initiator here. We're being peaceful. We're exercising our rights. We're not causing any kind of disturbance. Now you're causing you're causing a disturbance.
I've got to be able to protect the privacy of our staff and our patients and their families.
Right, that's exactly what we're doing, but you're actually violating my privacy now, asking if what I'm doing is part of my treatment, or assuming rather that it's not part of my treatment.
I never said anything about your treatment. I never
You said that what we're doing right now is not part of my treatment.
this is not part of you receiving care at the VA.
You don't know that.
You're recording.
Right, but you don't know that.
I mean, is it? I don't think I missed anything when we were.
No, because I like to keep
talking.
certain parts of how I deal with PTSD personal and private.
Again, I think that we need to have a little bit more of an understanding. You recording me.
Excuse me, sir, I need to make a complaint about Elise here. There was a staff member here who approached me because he recognized me from YouTube and was coming up and talking to me. And she came and accused me of approaching him and interfered with our conversation, is now trying to ask us to do something else that is, I don't know what it is exactly, but
I
changing
spoke
what
to
happened
Greg
with our
Larson
agreement
about
before.
VA, and there's a concern that there is, a strain being put on the privacy of our patients and our staff members. I'm being recorded when I was speaking to Adam, and that's a violation of my privacy.
You can let him know you don't want to be recorded. He'll remove it.
And I
Well,
did.
actually, and you know this as a law enforcement officer, if you're a government official in a public space, that you don't have any more right to privacy than someone walking down the street.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
They do.
We do.
They have a limited scope.
This has been adjudicated by the Supreme Court as part of the First Amendment, that if you're a government official and you're operating on behalf of the government in a public space, the public has a right to record you.
Absolutely, but when they're in their official duties and their duties require them, like I'm not public affairs, they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're entrusted by the federal government and they're entrusted by their position description to adhere to what gets posted and what gets interviewed and where it does in the building, more so than police. So
That
they
doesn't give her a
actually-
special right to privacy, and if she's doing her job,
have
she
a right
she
to
came up to me.
privacy in
But she
my-
can just ask you to remove her section of the interview from the video. That's prudent.
She
They
can
do that.
ask, but I can still post it.
You can't post it.
Yeah, I can.
You can actually post it, but you're going to be in violation.
Of what? What law? What law
Code of
says?
Federal Regulations, 18 CFR.
And how does it say that we can't record officials in public?
Because they're public affairs officials. Me, I can't ask you to do that. Public affairs officials can.
So you're saying if you work for the government, but you're not a police officer, then
No, that's any federal civilian employee.
Any
Public
federal
affairs are
employee-
the ones that's why you went to her office.
Right,
What
right.
we're going to be doing. She doesn't want you recording her.
so she can come up to me and talk to me and interfere with what I'm doing, having
Adam,
a private
I'm coming up
conversation.
to talk to you because we've gotten some concerning calls.
Right, and I'm very concerned that what's happening here is an interference with my rights, that it's not an appropriate thing for a government official to do, and that it's someone who's not citing the law properly and abusing her position of authority in this facility in order to interfere with me as a veteran doing something that I have a right to do. So I'm going to file an official complaint now because I don't think this
Can
is
I ask you
appropriate.
who do you file a complaint with?
Probably
General counsel,
probably
or-
whoever's in charge here, whoever your supervisor is here. I don't know. I'd have to look at the
Well,
organizational
my
structure and see what would be
supervisor,
appropriate.
I think is he gone? Okay.
I mean, at this point, this is kind of harassment. Like, we're just trying to do our thing, and we were on our way, as you asked. We talked to a couple guys on our way out. We were working our way out to the front door.
Where's you guys' next point? Where are you going next?
That way towards the main door we came in.
I mean, you saw
We
us.
were doing exactly what you said,
Okay.
and then she came here and interfered. We were having a conversation with an employee a nurse, a gentleman who's also a veteran, Army medic, and he came and because he recognized me from YouTube and said, I'm a big fan, I want to get, he came and got a selfie with me. And then she comes up and interrupts our conversation. And I think that's highly inappropriate, just disrespectful.
I'm gonna speak with Lisa if you guys want to.
All right, we'll just keep doing our thing then. Well, you don't have to, brother. We've taken plenty of your time, and you've been very professional, and you've respected that line, and I really do. And I think that you're trying to, but
I also want to tell you, I completely understand what that you have a goal, and you have something you want to accomplish, and I respect that. But I would ask you that, to kind of, let's approach this in a way that is best for all of us, really our patients and our staff. Let's set up a time, let's set up a day when you can come and speak to patients, speak to staff if they're interested. We can put the word out through our channels that, you're interested in speaking to some staff.
We can talk to, when it's just individual civilians here, we can talk to them whenever they feel like it. We don't need special permission.
Okay.
And if I wanted, I would like to interview
staff. To stop recording me, okay? Because it's my right. It's my.
Not in a public space. Not where we have a right to be. Not when you work for the government. You don't get to make up the rules. You don't get to change the rules.
A right to privacy.
In your office, in your home, when you're off duty as a civilian, absolutely you have a right to privacy. Once you're on the clock for the government and you're operating in a public space.
I believe that's incorrect.
No, this has been adjudicated a number of times. This has gone to the Supreme Court.
Can you
a journalist's right to record. No, we've dealt with this.
Okay.
Yeah, see, he knows that I'm right. He knows what the laws. He knows where the lines are. And if you guys want to play a game and say, well, it's hold on. If you guys, please don't interrupt. Please don't interrupt, please. If you want to play a game about is it being disruptive or is it not, or is because other people are calling versus what we're doing. Obviously, what we're doing is not disruptive. And if you really want to shove us out that way and say, get out of the building, or we're going to call it disruptive, disorderly, and we're going to have you arrested. If you really want to be those people, yeah, that's within the law.
That was the case that would have happened when I first met you. But
well,
that's not the case.
And the Johnny O thing is different because we are not doing anything that's disruptive. We are respecting privacy. And you guys are now interfering with and not you because you're responding, but at least proactively coming here and interrupting and taking my time to argue the legality. And like, if you approach me and if you want privacy, please stop interrupting. If you want privacy, stay somewhere where you can be private. If you don't want privacy, or if you want privacy, don't walk in front of a rolling camera.
Okay, I'm gonna also. You sound like you have an intention and you know the rules. I think I also know the rules, and I have some folks that I report up to that know the rules.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk to Mo, and I think he asked him to. You're going
to. Well, we'll be on the sidewalk.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Mo. How you doing, brother? Adam versus the Man is made possible by people who care about freedom, like our Patreon supporters whose monthly contributions get them perks and exclusive content. Find out how you can help by going to patreon.com/Adam versus the Man. Adam versus the Man is made possible with support from SmartCash. Check out smartcash.cc to find out more about this powerful, business-focused cryptocurrency that is fast, easy to use, and community-centric. SmartCash is designed to be securely used for day-to-day transactions and put the currency back in cryptocurrency.